Hello and welcome to this News 18 special. Today we are discussing the Bajrang Dal ban politics. The question that we are talking today is, do voters care about Bajrang Dal ban politics? Remember, that's been the narrative for the last 2 days. But will it change how people vote on the 10th of May? Have people already made up their mind? And also, can the BJP sustain this momentum till May 10th? Is the question. Can they ensure that this is on the minds of people? And how many people are aware of it? Is it just in the realm of the media narrative that's in the regional and national media? Or has it reached to the last man in the villages of rural Karnataka? Because they are the ones who will decide who forms the government on May 13th. That's the question we are taking today. We'll give some bit of a context to set this going. There is a survey of the Congress Party. The Congress Party says they've done an internal survey which shows that only around 7% of the electorate are aware of the Bajrang Dal ban issue that's got all the media limelight over the last couple of days, out of which they are saying only 10% believe that it is an election issue, probably, which means only 0.7% of the electorate believe that this is an election issue. The Congress is also saying that they are expecting the anti-BJP votes to consolidate in favor of the Congress party, in a way hinting that there is some positive out of this entire controversy that the party has been struggling to deal with. Apart from that, you also have the Congress saying that only in 4 seats of coastal Karnataka, its survey believes that around 1,500 votes might be lost because of the survey. And the party is saying we've already told those candidates to go into damage control mode. And the Congress party believes that anyway, the ones who've been miffed with this decision or the announcement of the Congress party are the ones who would have voted for the BJP, that those votes would never come to the Congress. So net, the Congress says we have nothing to lose. In fact, the secular vote, as the Congress party calls it, the secular vote, which would have usually got divided between the Congress party and the JDS, will consolidate, in fact, in favor of the Congress party. We were talking to a few people in the BJP yesterday. That's also that's the apprehension that they too had, that we do not know how this will play out. There could be a consolidation of other votes in favor of Congress party, and that could help the party. Remember, in several constituencies, especially in the old Mysuru region, the fight is between the Congress and the JDS. And if the anti-BJP vote gets consolidated in favor of the Congress party, definitely the party will get an edge. But the fact that the Prime Minister and Home Minister Amit Shah have been talking about this issue, the BJP and the larger right-wing ecosystem has hit the streets. Even as we speak, there are Hanuman Chalisa being recited at multiple places in a sign of protest by the BJP, the Bajrang Dal, and various other right-wing organizations across the state this evening. Will that impact the electorate? Congress says no. We will get to know only on the 13th of May, looking at the voting pattern and the seat pattern and how this is played out. We have a few quick reaction. In fact, Zaka Jacob spoke to Siddaramaiah earlier in the day, who said Bajrang Dal issue won't impact the election. You have DK Shivkumar, who in a way played some sort of a soft Hindutva card, saying that we will build Hanuman temple at Anjanadri. That's believed to be the place where Hanuman took birth. That's what many people here say. That's a place that the BJP is also saying that we will develop at a cost of few hundred crore rupees. Let's look at these reactions and then we'll tell you what's the thinking in both parties.
He's making this about national issues, talking about minority quota, talking about Bajrang Dal, the ban that you proposed and so on, whereas you want to make it into local issues. How will you respond to that?
See, what we said was, those who are indulged in hate politics and creating violence in the state, such organizations we are going to ban, whether it is Bajrang Dal or PFI or any other organization.
But do you believe that this has given a chance to polarize the election?
No. It will not polarize the election.
ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ನಾವು ರೂಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದಂಥ ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾದಂಥ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳಿದೆ.
Well, that's DK Shivakumar saying that he too believes that Anjaneya, that's what Lord Hanuman is called in Karnataka. Anjaneya took birth in Karnataka, in Anjanadri, and he's saying that every Anjaneya temple in the state having any history will be renovated, will be upgraded. That's the promise that the Congress is making. Many seeing this as a damage control effort by the Congress party to ensure that it doesn't lose any votes because of this controversy that has happened. In fact, remember, even Veerappa Moily earlier in the day said that there was absolutely no proposal to ban the Bajrang Dal, and he also said a state government can't ban any organization. It's the union government. So DK Shivakumar will have to explain a lot, but he said in front of the leaders, there is no such proposal. You can engage with us. You can send in your questions. You can ask or give your thoughts on what you believe would be the impact of this particular issue on the elections this time round. You've seen the narrative that's going around, what the Prime Minister has been saying, what the Union Home Minister has been saying, and some sort of a course correction by the Congress party that has come in today by the statement of DK Shivakumar and Veerappa Moily. We have few questions coming in. Manish from Delhi is asking, why would people in rural Karnataka bother about this issue? Well, this is what even the Congress party is saying, that one, people have already decided. Second, they are saying when you talk about rural Karnataka, there are far more distressing issues there. People are in distress. There's an issue of price rise. They are saying people would want to know what happens to the education of their kids, jobs, and the prices for their agricultural produce. Those are issues that matter to them, apart from drinking water, irrigation projects, and in some parts of northern Karnataka, even now, how the whole blood victim rehabilitation work happens. Those are the issues that matter. And perhaps somebody sitting in Sindhanur wouldn't really worry about what happens with this controversy, because they are not directly connected with this controversy. Probably Bajrang Dal members would be, but they are the ones who would have anyway voted for the BJP. So the Congress party has nothing to lose. We have another question coming in. Why is BJP suddenly talking about Hanuman? Wasn't their poll pitch double engine sarkar? Yes, but the party believes that they've spoken about double engine sarkar for quite a bit, and they sense an opportunity here. They believe that, as we've said earlier, with this proposal of the Congress party, they have a larger cause, the Hindutva cause, and the larger enemy is the Congress party and the Siddaramaiah. It does two things. One, it gives the BJP a chance to ensure that their workers in the larger right-wing ecosystem has some enthusiasm, and they have some drive now to work better towards the election, towards the polling day one. Second, this is an issue that the BJP would be very comfortable playing the game on, and this is something that they're very good at. They've done it earlier. So this is home turf for the BJP essentially. So perhaps that's the reason why you saw within an hour or two of the Congress manifesto, the Prime Minister who landed in Bengaluru was quick enough to seize the opportunity, mention it in his debate, saying that I'm talking from the Punya Bhumi of Karnataka, and the BJP wants to ban people who chant Hanuman Chalisa. So the BJP very quick to respond to that. We have another question from Sakshi from Ahmedabad. If the Congress says this issue is not on minds of people, then why is DK Shivakumar promising Hanuman temple? Well, the Congress's survey definitely saying that this issue is not something that's on the minds of people, and it's only around 7% of the population which is aware about this issue, the electorate, and the entire state is not aware about this issue. It's not an election issue, but the party also wants to ensure that this narrative doesn't continue for too many days, especially with only a handful of days left for the elections. Remember, that's happening on Wednesday. Today is Thursday, so very limited time. Around 5 p.m. on 8th, campaigning comes to an end. So the party has to pull back that narrative and ensure that the focus comes back on two things. One, the failure of Bommai government, the 40% Sarkar allegation that the Congress has made, and also the crumbling infrastructure. On the other hand, they also want to ensure people still talk about their 5 guarantees, 200 units of electricity free, 10 kg of rice free, 2,000 rupees for the woman head of every household. These are guarantees that the Congress is hoping something that people would talk and is on their minds when they go out to vote on Wednesday. That's what they're hoping. There's another question that's coming in. Chandrakant from Thiruvananthapuram is asking, the Congress hasn't learned anything from the past. Lingayat issue costed them 2018. Why would they repeat such a mistake? Well, really, one thing that in terms of pattern that we have seen is Congress party scoring a self-goal before every election. We've seen this in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, various other places. In fact, a leader of the Congress party yesterday told me that the Congress is very good at snatching defeat from the mouths of victory. So that's how they put it out. They twisted it because that's what they've done in several places. Many would say they haven't learned their lessons. Remember, two things that really costed the party the 2018 election is one was the Lingayat separate religion tag, and the second was the analysis is that Siddaramaiah launching a direct attack against Deve Gowda and H.D. Kumaraswamy really costed them a few seats in the old Mysuru region. Remember, that led to JDS sweeping Mandya. They managed to sweep 7 out of 7 seats in Mandya. They also made significant gains in other regions. Although they're strong in that region, it allowed the JDS to sweep these districts. And remember, this is where the Congress had put up a strong fight against the JDS in earlier elections. So these two things costed the Congress. They seem to have repeated one mistake here by bringing in the Bajrang Dal issue. Many would ask, who are the people who really okayed this manifesto, who allowed this promise to get into the manifesto? Wasn't there enough brainstorming? That's something that perhaps we'll get to know only later. If the Congress party in fact loses, then you will see this blame game coming out in the open, and perhaps people being made scapegoat or being told that they are the ones who are responsible for this proposal coming into the manifesto. Well, let's hear that entire chat that our editor Zaka Jacob had with Siddaramaiah earlier in the day in Varuna.
BJP is making this about national issues, talking about minority quota, talking about Bajrang Dal, the ban that you proposed and so on, whereas you want to make it into local issues. How will you respond to that?
See, what we said was, those who are indulged in hate politics and creating violence in the state, such organizations we are going to ban, whether it is Bajrang Dal or PFI or any other organization.
But do you believe that this has given a chance to polarize the election?
No, it will not polarize the election.
Well, Siddaramaiah, they're saying that he believes this will not polarize the election. We have another question coming in. Mahesh from Delhi is asking, how much will BJP benefit from this issue? Does the Congress's survey hold water? Well, two things here. The Congress says it has done a survey, but one will have to question how in-depth was the survey, because remember, this happened only day before yesterday. How much time did the Congress have to call for a survey and then people to go out and really collect any decent sample size and then come back with the results? Is this being done just to ensure that somewhere there's a course correction, or was there really a survey that was done at such lightning speed? That is something that we'll have to question, and the Congress party will also be hoping that this survey is authentic enough and has a good sample size to reflect really the mood of the people. Otherwise, they would be strategizing based on a survey that really doesn't have a good sample size or is not reflecting reality. How much will this help the BJP? Uh, Perhaps it will do two things. One, it will in a way ensure that the cadres have a higher level of enthusiasm. Second, what it will definitely do is, if there are constituencies where perhaps we would have seen a close fight, where the BJP is probably losing by say 600,000, 2,000 votes, these are the seats that might get impacted with such issues. If there are people, if there are fence sitters, then they could change their mind. And these are the seats where the Congress will have to be careful about, because these are the ones that could change because of this issue. Otherwise, we do not see much of an impact. The Congress says that their survey is saying only 7% of the people or the electorate in the state are aware of this issue. Soumya from Bangalore is asking, has the Bajrang Dal issue diluted the infrastructure problem and focus on it in Bengaluru? Well, remember, the Prime Minister is in Bengaluru on Saturday and Sunday. He'll be traveling through some of the areas that are suffering from infrastructure problem. He's taking the Suranjan Das Road from the HAL airport. Very close to it is the infamous KR Puram junction. Hopefully, that's something that will draw his attention. He's also going through later on Sunday. He's starting from Brigade Millennium near JP Nagar in Bengaluru, another area that is developed but has very small roads and infrastructure problem. So one would be hoping that when the Prime Minister is crisscrossing the city over the weekend, he would really tell the people of Bengaluru what the party has to offer, and why the party couldn't ensure BBMP election for the last few years, and what are the plans that the party is having to ensure that the entire city's governing mechanism improves, one. And second, how would they improve BBMP, which is seen as a den of corruption. We've seen multiple scams tumbling out of BBMP, but we haven't seen any of those babus being put behind bars, or even ensuring that they cough up the money for all the potholes that have happened, the deaths that have happened. We have Prince from Lucknow who's asking, how big a role does issues around communal politics play in Karnataka election? Well, not the first time that we've had a communal issue becoming a poll issue. As I said, we've had the BJP government between 2008 and 13, and we've had multiple communal issues then. We've had the church attacks, we've had the pub attack, we've had vigilante attacks, we've had communal killings that have happened in coastal Karnataka. But the results of 2013 indicate that coastal Karnataka rejected BJP. The Congress walked away with a bigger share of seats from three districts of Udupi, Dakshina Kannada, and Uttara Kannada. So we will have to see if it will change anything for the BJP. The BJP has changed at least 4 to 5 sitting MLAs from the region. So a lot that they're dealing with. Will it change things around? Well, we will have to see. As we are coming to the end of this particular discussion, we will also have to take note that this has come at the fag end of election. Several analysts saying that by this time, people would have usually made up their mind on who they want to vote for. So might not change things too much is what they believe. Shantish from Pune is asking, what happened to hijab law? Has BJP given up on it? Well, it's in the Supreme Court. The BJP can't do much now, but it would have sent a message saying that when it came to the hijab issue, it ensured that the decision taken by the College Management Committee was followed, and it is taking a stance towards ensuring hijab is not part or is not in any of the government educational institutions. And it would want to argue before the court and would want to tell people that the same will will be argued very strongly in the Supreme Court, and they would want to believe that the High Court of Karnataka High Court's order will be upheld in the Supreme Court larger bench as well. Well, that was today's discussion on whether people or voters care about the Bajrang Dal ban politics. We'll be back tomorrow with another issue and more insights and the inside thoughts of the BJP, Congress and the JDS. That's all we have for today. Thank you for watching.